Check podcasts.
Today we have a very exciting guest, somebody that I've been following since high school, which clearly was only 5 years ago. And they have such an amazing career, and our paths have kind of crossed based on what we're doing. Celina Dalrymple is a furniture designer. Is that what you would call yourself, Celina?
Yeah, maker, designer. Yep.
Artist.
Yep.
So just to give a little backstory to the audience, we have known each other. Oh, do we want to say?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
I don't know, 20 years maybe?
Yeah.
We went to high school together up Island. Okay, well, let's not get crazy. We only graduated like 5 years ago. We grew up together up Island in Port Alberni, went to high school together. Celina was always this amazing artist, and everybody was just in awe of everything that she did. And also good friends and hung out with the same crowd and that sort of thing. So I've been following you, ever since high school. And
likewise.
You've really blossomed and created this amazing business.
Thank you.
How did you kind of get into it? I mean, I know you come by it honestly.
Yeah, through my mama. So my mom had an upholstery shop. So single mom. It was just out of our home. We had a shop. She had like a shop out in the garage. And that's how I was raised, basically, like helping her in the shop, me and my brother. And then I just loved furniture and antiques. And that was kind of like our pastime growing up, was like going and collecting furniture and antiques and things like that. So yeah, she did reupholstery. And then I moved to Vancouver, and I thought I wanted to do something completely different, like, and then I ended up working in an upholstery shop just to kind of pay my way through school. And I realized how much I just really love the trade. And so, I started my own business.
It's kind of a dying art. I find that, there aren't many people doing it locally anymore. A lot of things are sourced offshore, in China, that sort of thing. What you're doing is amazing because you actually build and create in your own shop.
Yeah, I'm pretty proud of that. Unfortunately, it is a bit of a dying trade, and that's kind of, when I very first started, it was reupholstery, and then it morphed into high-end custom furniture, so one-off pieces. And I ended up doing quite high-end work, and learned a lot in the process, and had a really good team doing that. And that really is a big passion for me, is building the furniture and building the frames and engineering frames to be a certain feel and comfort. And so, we started FFABB, which is my essentially sister company, 3 years ago. And we build everything all in-house with the help of...
And supply that to stores and such? Or?
Yeah, we're just on the edge of, kind of thinking about doing that. Right now, it's just all been through our website, so online. And we've got some opportunities that are coming up to kind of branch out and start doing some bigger volume. So we're just working through all that, but it's been really fun. Yeah.
Well, and what I love too is people can work with you to kind of come up with some very designer pieces, something that is kind of a throwback to the way furniture used to be. It's not just disposable. It's not like a 5-year thing. You are investing in a piece that you can pass down to your children.
Yeah, for sure. And that means so much to me. I think for, I would say maybe 5 years ago, the trade kind of changed. It went from like doing really meaningful pieces, heirloom pieces, and then it kind of went to, with the fast furniture trend, where people were just asking me to fix their cushions. The foam was gone, the arm was broken. And so definitely saw the quality go way down. And that's kind of what sparked starting FFABB, the sister company, was just wanting
I love that. Well, I've had so many clients who have, say, purchased a very inexpensive sofa, even though it was expensive to them at the time. And then when it's completely trashed and thrashed, it's, oh, well, maybe we can save some money and just recover it. And I try to explain to them everything that goes into making a sofa or recovering a sofa. You're essentially rebuilding it at that point.
For sure. Yeah. And it's actually hard, like those couches that are not well made take longer to recover because you are really rebuilding it.
Like it could be the springs, the frame. There's often cardboard in them and staples, and
you're having to like reframe it, basically add wood to make it structurally sound. It's almost easier to just build new, which is kind of what we started doing.
So speaking of building new, what is sort of the process? What does it look like to build a sofa or a piece of furniture that's going to last?
Yeah, so we always start with a good base. So our frames, we cut using plywood. So we've got patterns for everything on our CNC machine. So we bought some machinery for cutting the frames and a laser cutter for the fabric. So it's basically like a puzzle piece that interlocks all together, and it's really strong. And then it's all supported and locked together like a solid unit. And then we use sinuous springs. And
what does that mean?
Oh, they're the kind of wavy zigzag springs.
Yes.
So a lot of places will use webbing on the seats now, I'm finding. And so we always use springs on the seat in the back, and then a really good quality foam on the arms. I think that's something else that most manufacturers will kind of cheap out on.
That's actually a pressure point for a sofa. A lot of people sit on the arms or kids jump on them, that sort of thing. And a lot of them literally have a piece of cardboard that just sort of wraps it, and that's the entire support on it.
Yep, exactly. And then we use really good quality foam inside of our cushions. So I just have always felt like there's not one size fits all. There's not one foam that suits everyone. So we have 3 different options. We've got standard foam, which is a really good quality foam. It's tried and tested, and I've used it for years and years, and it holds up really well. And then we have feather pouches, and they're Canadian feathers. I'm really particular about all the materials that we use. And then the other option is a latex foam, which is a natural foam from the rubber tree.
And I find it really is, it's kind of the whole Goldilocks scenario. It's really personal preference comes into it. And sometimes I even have clients where maybe one partner really likes a firm foam and the others want to just sink into it. So doing things like a feather wrap or something like that can be a good happy medium.
Thank you so much for watching Amy McGeachy's House Guests. You can watch more episodes on Check's streaming app, Check Plus. You can also subscribe to the podcast on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you listen to podcasts.
What are some of your favorite pieces that you've done?
I love my mallow chair. It's a swivel chair. It's just got a really nice big footprint, and it's just kind of feels like a hug at the back. And I just love a swivel chair. And then from that piece, we just recently designed a sectional that's using the same kind of frame style as that. And I love the bubbly shape of it. Mallow is kind of play off of marshmallow.
Right. Yeah.
So it's like got that like bubbly kind of approachable feel. We also have some beautiful dining chairs that we designed with one of our retailers in Boston. And they're called the Embrace Your Curves chairs. And they've got this just a beautiful silhouette at the back. They've got 3 legs. And then there's just this beautiful detail, almost like a cleavage, we call it, at the very back of the chair where the piping goes down and in. I really do love all of our pieces. They all have their own personality.
Well, that's what I love too, because you've done so many custom pieces for clients, things that you've just designed together. So you kind of know what's tried and true and what other people will like as well.
Yeah, exactly. I just kept seeing like, it's kind of overwhelming getting something made that's full on custom because they don't know what it looks like or feels like. And it can be kind of overwhelming. So then I just kind of compiled like what most folks are asking for. What is the most comfortable couch? What is the style? And then simplified.
I've had so many people who want to adapt, maybe like, oh, I just want the seat to be 2 inches higher because I want more space underneath, or I want it to be like really low. And I don't think they understand the ergonomics of that sometimes. So I love that you're so knowledgeable and you can kind of help walk people through what really is going to be a great finished product.
Yeah. I love talking to my customers. Like, okay, before the sale goes through, like I almost get, like, I get on the phone. I'm like, okay, so I just want to make sure this is the right piece for you. How do you like sitting in the couch? Do you have something that you really enjoy right now, or do you dislike? And then it just means so much to me to have whoever has my couches in their home love them. I don't,
Absolutely.
it just, it means so much to all of us.
What are some tips that you can give clients before they come and see you? Sort of things that they should think about as to what they like and information that they could bring to you to really create the best product possible.
Oh, good question. First of all, I would start with your own furniture, kind of going through what do you have that you like and you don't like. And just take a tape measure. I love this chair and the seat height is this and the depth is that. And just start thinking about, okay, I always need a pillow at my back. Maybe it's too deep or, so that, and also really studying I don't like this. I'm replacing this couch and this is the reason why.
Yeah.
And then also sizing. So I tell people you can either tape it out with green tape on your floor or use existing furniture to kind of map it out in your space so you can see the boundaries.
I think one important thing too that I've had some clients that they haven't thought of is a piece of furniture that gets into their house as well. So, either doing it in a modular form so you can fit through doors, around corners, that sort of thing. Because some of these sofas and sectionals are giant.
Yes.
And I've had one client actually moved because they had purchased the sofa before they had consulted me and it wouldn't even go in the front door. So they really wanted it. And
that's dedication.
That was a compromise. Yeah.
Yeah. And then just going onto the website and poking around and just having an idea of what pieces you want to see. And then,
I know some people like the look of something and don't realize what it's going to feel like when they sit on it. Some of the sofas out there are kind of like a big dog bed. And if you're not ready to be reclining 24/7 when you have company over, that sort of thing, it might not be the best fit for you. Or some people with a low back on the sofa, it doesn't actually provide the support and the head support that they want. So it really is important to run through all those things with you.
Yeah. And I try on the website under each product to list out kind of, the details of like, this is how it sits, this is how it feels, this is good for this application. If you like to sit like that, this is. So we try to give all that info.
And then when it comes to fabric too, there's so many different options. A lot of people, because it is a big investment, they want something that they're still going to love in 10 years, but then other people don't just want something boring. So what would your recommendations be for that?
Oh, we'll definitely start with on our site. There's all the fabrics have the details of what's high wearing and what, we've got things from linen that are a little bit more sensitive up to performance fabric. So reading the details in there, but then just kind of start with ordering samples and just, you kind of have to touch and feel it. I'm that way. I'm tactile. I need to feel it, but definitely look at the weave. If you've got pets, make sure it's a really tight weave so their claws they don't want to use it as a scratching pad. And
I find hair too, if it's a loose weave, a lot of the hair just gets woven right into the threads as well.
Yeah, I love performance fabrics. We've brought in a couple new ones from Romo that are bulletproof. I've used them for years and years and they feel nice, they're soft, and you can literally, I had a client who tested the white version that we have with mustard, squeezed the mustard on it and just cleaned it out with water.
Wow.
So I feel good about that.
We've come a long way. And I think a lot of people too, when they think of the performance fabrics, they think of like the old microfibers where you get the tracking and the butt prints and that sort of thing. But they've come such a long way. There's so many different textures and looks that you can get. And one thing that I often recommend to clients too, I don't know if you're the same, but if they're wanting to kind of play it safe, build the sofa in a fabric, maybe that's a neutral or something that's solid, and then they go crazy on the toss cushions because those are easier to change up.
Yeah, that's what I always say. I think, you kind of get, I love pattern and I love color, but even I get tired of it. So
yeah. And I'm a little scared of commitment too. So I like maybe even a crazy accent chair or something that's not going to take over the entire space.
Yeah, exactly.
Something that's easy to change.
Thank you so much for watching Amy McGeachy's House Guests. You can watch more episodes on Check's streaming app, Check Plus. You can also subscribe to the podcast on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you listen to podcasts.
So I want to let the viewers know about a crazy little story that happened a few years ago with you when you created a chair for Lady Gaga.
Ah! Yep, that
Tell
story
us
just
about
keeps
that.
coming back around.
Right? Yeah. Because it's so cool. It's just like you put yourself out there and just go for it.
Well, yeah, it was really fun. I called it Project Get This Chair to Lady Gaga.
Yeah.
And it was back when I had my shop in Burnaby, and Lady Gaga was coming to town, and I just always admired her creativity and her boldness, right? So
Yes.
I wanted to make a chair to give to her as a gift that would just showcase that and just have a little fun. So it basically, it's hard to explain what it looked like, but it kind of was, it had fingers that came up, and then on the top of the fingers was a ball. And I made this, it covered the whole thing in black velvet. And then the seat was kind of almost shaped like a dog bed, really. It was a big oval chair, and the seat had diamond tufting. And then the legs, like everybody that knows me had to put in a session hot gluing rhinestones on the legs. And so it's this pretty wild, bold piece. And I basically dedicated a month of my life to just trying to get a hold of her contacts to give it to her.
Yeah, it was great social media content.
It was awesome. I was on all the news stations. I was in every newspaper. I talked to so many people. And I had so many people trying to help me.
Yeah.
And we even had a film station the night of the concert start at the shop, videoed us loading the chair up. I made this platform, covered it in sequin fabric, silver sequin, and put casters on it. I was dressed like Lady Gaga, fishnet nylons and like some bathing suit or something. And we took it down there. We had lineups of people like around the block. We had big banners like, help us get this chair to Lady Gaga.
Yeah.
And we never got it to her. I still have the chair, but I can't even.
She missed out.
Well, you know, who knows? She might still get it one day.
Yeah. Maybe they were worried, like for security reasons, that there was a bomb in the chair or something.
Who knows? I do wonder if she heard about it, but I still.
There's still time.
There's still time. Even to this day, I have people, strangers, that will say, I saved this clipping out of the newspaper, and I knew one day if I was to have my couch done, I wanted it to be you. And that just was so inspiring. So it was cool.
That's so cool. It really is great. What's next for you? Like I feel like you always have something on the horizon and always hustling and moving forward.
You know what? I'm at the point right now where I just want to simplify life and have some peace. And I'm not looking, to be honest, to like do anything wild and crazy and new. I just want to really tighten up the process here at the shop and get Fab running. And to me now, that is so exciting, is just designing pieces that people are going to love and use and cherish and have in their family forever. Like, to me now, that is the exciting thing.
And be able to have probably a little bit of balance between work and normal life.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I've got a little cabin now, and that's kind of my happy place. I love going there in the summer.
That's so cool. I love watching that on social media too.
Oh, thank you.
Again, it's a great outlet for your creativity.
Yeah,
well,
thank you.
I just think that it's so amazing, everything that you're doing. What are some ways that the viewers can find you, get their product, get custom pieces, all of that?
Well, we've got a website, so everything is up on the website, fab.com, FFABB. People always get tripped up with the name, but it's my original company was Fabulous Furnishing, so it's a little spin-off of that. So fab.com.
Love it.
And everything's on there. Prices, you click your foams and your fabric to update the cost, and it's there. We're open by appointment as well. So we've got stuff in our showroom here in North Vancouver. And who knows, maybe soon we'll have a showroom in, or someone repping us in Victoria. We're kind of chatting that through right now. So it'd be nice to have some things on Vancouver Island. We are shipping there right now. So that's great.
That's amazing. Yeah. And it is nice just to hop over the water and come for a little day in Vancouver too.
Yeah. Come on down.
Yeah. Exactly. Well, thank you so much for spending time with us today and sharing your product and your passion for what you do.
Yeah, you too. You're always inspiring and always just such a beautiful, positive spirit. And I love following you too. So thank you. Thanks for having me
Oh,
on.
thank you so much, Celina.
Yeah, you take care.
Thank you so much for watching Amy McGeachy's House Guests. You can watch more episodes on Check's streaming app, Check Plus. You can also subscribe to the podcast on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you listen to podcasts. We'll see you next time.